Hey everyone! So let's talk about innovation. We often think of it as this magical thing, right? Like a bolt of lightning that just strikes out of nowhere. But what if I told you that you can actually build a machine to catch that lightning consistently? Today, we're diving into a blueprint for exactly that, building a powerful innovation engine. I mean, we all know the stories, the apple falling on Newton's head, the flash of genius in the shower. It really makes you wonder, is it all just a happy accident? Just being in the right place at the right time?
Well, here's the big idea we're exploring. What if it's not just luck? What if you can actually engineer innovation? We can move beyond just hoping for inspiration and instead build a reliable system, an engine that cranks out valuable new ideas and turns them into reality. So let's pop the hood and look at the blueprint.
Okay, first things first. Any engine, and I mean any engine, needs fuel to run. Your innovation engine is no different. So, the very first step in this whole process is getting the right resources in the tank. Let's see what that high-octane fuel is made of. It really boils down to these 5 essentials. You've got people, time, knowledge, finance, and infrastructure. Think of these as the absolute non-negotiable inputs. You can't skip any of them. Get these 5 things right, and your engine is primed and ready to go. Let's start with people, because it's the most important. And this is so much more than just hiring smart individuals. It's about creating a whole ecosystem. You need diverse teams to get that awesome cross-pollination of ideas, where different backgrounds and perspectives clash in a good way. And this last point is crucial. You've got to protect the people who take big swings on risky projects. Those are the ones who find the breakthroughs, so you've got to have their back. Next up, 2 resources that are so easy to take for granted: time and knowledge. The key here is being deliberate. Innovation can't just be something people do if they have a spare moment. Nope, you've got to formally block out time for it. And knowledge, it can't live in one person's brain or get lost in an old email thread. You have to treat it like a company asset, something you actively collect, share, and reuse, especially from failures. And yeah, of course, you need cash, but again, it's about being smart with it. This means having a dedicated innovation fund, a war chest, if you will, not just begging for leftovers from other departments. And it also means looking outside your own walls. There are public grants, VCs, even crowdsourcing. You got to explore all the options to fuel those big ideas. And finally, the last fuel is infrastructure. This is about having the right spaces and the right systems. On the physical side, that could be creative spaces or labs that just scream, experiment here. But just as important, maybe even more so today, is the digital side, the collaboration platforms, the idea management software, the tools that let people work together seamlessly. Okay, so our tank is full of fuel. We're good to go there. Now it's time to actually build the engine itself. This next part is all about putting the core components together, and that means the skills of your team and the tools you give them. I love how this slide breaks it down. It's a really simple but powerful distinction. Competence is the skills your team has. It's the who and the how well. Tools and methods, on the other hand, are the equipment they use. That's the what. You can have the most skilled person in the world, but without the right equipment, they can't do their best work. You absolutely need both. So, what skills are we actually talking about here? Well, it's a real mix. You need leaders who can navigate change, analysts who are amazing at spotting opportunities, and creative thinkers who know the techniques to spark new ideas. But just as important, you need the people who can build a rock-solid business case and actually manage the project to the finish line. And once you have those skilled people, you've got to empower them with the right tools. And listen, this isn't just about software. It's about methodologies. Things like brainstorming frameworks to get ideas flowing, scenario planning to game out the future, and of course, practical tools like a business model canvas that let you sketch out and test ideas fast. All right, quick check-in. We've got fuel in the tank. We've assembled the core components of the engine. But if you try to turn the key right now, nothing's going to happen. Why? Because an engine needs an operating system to make all the parts work together. And that OS is all about awareness and communication. And this is so critical. You could have the most talented people, an unlimited budget, and the best tools on the planet, but if they aren't working in sync, you just have a very expensive pile of parts. The operating system, that shared mission and crystal clear communication, is what ties everything together and makes it run like a single, powerful unit. So how do you do that? You create universal awareness. And that means everyone is on the same page. It's not good enough if only the R&D team knows the plan.
Everyone in the organization needs to get the vision. Everyone needs to understand why it's so important. And everyone needs to see how they fit in and where they can go if they need support. No exceptions.
But that brings up the million-dollar question, doesn't it? It's one thing to have a great vision and a great message. It's another thing entirely to make sure that information actually gets to the right people at the right time and in a way they'll actually understand. How do you make it flow? You do it by getting strategic. You stop just blasting out emails and hoping for the best. You need a plan. And a great way to do that is by answering these 6 simple questions for any important message. What, why, when, with whom, how, and who. This turns communication from chaos into a powerful tool for alignment. Okay, we've made it to the final section. This is huge. The engine is built, it's fueled, the operating system is installed, and it's running. It's actually producing valuable stuff. So what's the last step? Well, now you have to protect what you've created.
Let's go back to our metaphor. Your engine is humming along, moving you down the road. But you can't just close your eyes and enjoy the ride. You've got to be constantly scanning the road ahead for opportunities and threats. That means you need 2 things: strategic intelligence to see what's coming, and a system to protect the value you're building.
So that scanning the road part, that's what we call strategic intelligence. It's basically about keeping your head on a swivel. You're constantly asking, what new tech is on the horizon? What are our competitors up to? How are our customers' needs changing? This isn't about having a crystal ball. It's about being prepared for whatever comes next. And the other half of that, protecting what you've built, that's all about managing your intellectual property, or IP. Now, IP can feel super complicated, but this table breaks it down so nicely. You use patents to protect your inventions and cash in on their value. You use copyrights to protect creative work and build your brand. And you use trade secrets to guard that confidential info that gives you an edge. And, after all the complexity and all the legal stuff, a strong IP strategy really just boils down to answering 2 fundamental questions. Just 2. First, what should we protect? And second, why are we protecting it? If you can answer those 2 things clearly, you'll focus your energy and your money exactly where it matters most.
So there you have it. That's the whole blueprint in a nutshell. I just love this summary. You start with the right fuel, which are your resources. You assemble the core parts, which are your skills and tools, and you run the whole thing with a powerful operating system, your communication and shared awareness.
And that leaves us with one last really important thought. Building this engine is a massive achievement, for sure. But in a world that changes at lightning speed, the ultimate test is this. Have you designed your engine just to run, or have you designed it to adapt, to change, and to evolve for whatever the road ahead brings? Now that is something to think about.